Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to A Hat in Time. Let's see. So we have the finale boss fight. It turns out that Alpine Skies, every time we beat a level, the plants would bloom, and those plants infected, for lack of a better term, or irritated the allergies of the giant ox creatures. It's called The Illness is Spread. Notice that we can't do a free roam or go to any of the other levels until we do the finale, and I'm not sure you can replay finales or not, particularly in this case. There's been a couple of days maybe since I last played, trying to do this delicate balance here where I am slowly ramping up in frustration with just how long A Hat in Time is taking, but I also don't want to just be so slow to beat the game that I lose all interest and just kind of fade away, because that is the deadly dance you have with video games, is that you either get bored with them and never get back to them, and then you never beat them, or you get too frustrated with them if they're frustrating and you don't beat them up because you rage quit out of them. There is, I think, a fair statement to be said here, as far as this game. I just looked at a speedrun for Mario Sunshine, and I would argue, in comparison, actually I think the Mario Sunshine, this is more of a ripoff of Mario Sunshine than it is even Mario 64. That guy just hit me incredibly far just by being near me. That was definitely a deadly action. And I believe he took a health unit out too. Plus we have all these plants everywhere, which are going to be a problem too.
Not everything I said.
This guy is just selling this at this point, and that pretty much means we are going to take a decent amount of time to collect everything. And I guess I'm fine with the badges I have. We're not doing anything here. So this feels like, let's see, will these plants hurt me? Yes, they will. Thanks for letting me know that. This feels like we're basically playing the entire level again. So we'll see if this takes me to the right place. All of the little helper people are seemingly missing at this point. I took the wrong path. I think the right path is always the side path, going with kind of the traditional, if you want to continue the story you go left, if you want to do a side quest you go to the right, concept that is very, very frequent and common. It's basically a tradition from old video games, but it's not 100% by any means. Okay. So every single place we've been before now becomes way more dangerous, I guess. Well, this sucks. And apparently we're not going to the windmill because there's just pollen in the way. Right. And there is now kind of floating hook shots Interesting. So this is a different level layout. And very possibly there's some places we're going to be that just were not accessible until this point. Which means if there was any collectible to collect, seems like the plant itself is shooting things at me. Like, I very well might need to use that collectible, get the collectible in this scenario. I don't know if this really is going to be a big boss fight though, or if this is more just a avoid getting knocked off and murdered scenario. I guess I should just not collect health hearts if I don't know if I need them, or if right now I don't need them. Alright. What in the world am I supposed to do once I get here, though? Just hit it, I guess. Okay. These little globs of purple seem to mean nothing. And this guy's down. So that's not too much of a boss fight. We have a couple of these plants in the spaceship. I don't know if that means anything, or if that does anything. This is crazy, but let's see if I can do this. If I fall to my death, then I would just be reset anyways. Now the reason this is crazy is because while this is a place you can stand, this is not a place you're supposed to be able to reach. And I imagine that is true for a lot of these platform areas. Alright. Falling slowly to my death as I'm sliding downward. I might as well just jump and speed it up. Alright. See, there's an area over there to the left, that two areas that I don't think you're actually ever supposed to be able to access. This may not be as hard as it first seemed at first glance, because we've kind of done it all before. These plants still seem like they're fine. Be around. Alright. This is the area with the lava cake, but I don't think they're really gonna make us go that far. But there is definitely a collectible in the lava cake level, come to think of it, so it should be no surprise to me whatsoever that the compass is pointing in that direction. Again though, not really necessary, I think, to try and do everything and collect everything. I think this game just is asking way too much. It wants me to go that way. Which I don't know if I could do a long jump and a dash and a swing too. Nope. The answer to that question was no, I cannot do that. So we will have to reset. Oh man, this is actually worse than it seems. Oh man. So no health around here at all. We've got to jump and do this to get here. Then we're gonna have to jump and then swing, then jump, and then yeah. And is there any reason to try and attempt this over here? Go this way? I don't think so. I think alright. Swing and die. And where is it gonna reset me? I mean, it almost doesn't matter where it resets me because if I am just gonna constantly have trouble, we're just gonna have the same thing. Same problem. We need to jump, hit that. This is such a... I don't know if I went the right direction. Like, actually the collectible it's telling me is over there. And the other thing is over there. Oh man. I know there's a collectible over there, but at the lava cake, but I don't want to do the lava cake right now. So now it becomes a go the other direction problem. So I made that harder on myself. Whereas I got that on the first try. But this way won't let me go that way. So don't tell me I was right the first time. No, I actually think I'm supposed to do something like this. Well, color me confused as far as what the right direction to travel there was, because I have no idea. Like, this guy's gonna be a total pain in the butt trying to cross over in that direction. It's going to be a nightmare scenario. I'm not even sure. So take me in the right direction. It looks like the collectible that I'm looking for is somewhere over there. Can I just maybe sneak by this guy? Yeah, I guess I can. I did. Yeah, there's no way this is gonna help me though. I've just gone the wrong direction. Best case scenario is to jump down and just avoid a little bit of frustration. So maybe this is really a shorter trip after this point. Let's not fall to our death. Feels like I should be able to grab that windmill. It would almost make a lot of sense that the windmills just wouldn't be activated until this point, and then that would make it way easier to accomplish your goals, because you could just swing around on a windmill. But unless I'm willing to jump particularly close to, like, I'm not really getting an X prompt there where it should be giving me an X prompt, if that's what they wanted me to do. And yeah, I can already tell that this is gonna take at least 45 minutes to do this. Okay. Is this a checkpoint area? No, but that is. So that was nice. Now this is pointing in that general direction. Yeah, I have no clue where that collectible is. Let's just ignore it. These guys gonna get particularly more aggressive. I don't think these guys are really any more aggressive than they normally are, which is probably not saying much, but I guess that's fine, because we really wouldn't want to have to fight twice as difficult sleeping flying bears. It wants me to get over there, which wants me to be on that building, so that they've kind of conveniently set this to a specific direction. I don't think so. Hit A when you jump off the edge here, so that you get more of a height element. Now, if I had a powered, like, these things are springing up now, they're getting stronger and doing more damage. If I had the charge beam, I was wondering about that. Maybe I could target and hit these guys, but honestly I don't know if that would really help. See, that's on fire, and yet it's not burning me. So the fire is fake, or I'm immune to fire. And it seems kind of fairly obvious what they're trying to do here is have us jump from building to building, which, I mean, that's cool and all. It's probably something you've already done. Notice how it took me several swipes and attacks to attack the flower. That's probably a good indicator of a lack of lock-on targeting that the game should have. Right. On the way back, we'll try and see if we can find this collectible, but I suspect odds are low. It's pointing downward and in that general direction. Now, what would be the easiest way to get out of here? This doesn't seem like it's gonna be as easy. You know what? I'm just gonna hope this lands me where I want to be. Alright. Alright, that got me where I wanted to be. And then we'll swing back to this point. Will this checkpoint us? Yeah, it says there is a collectible. And fall to my death and just be reset. I think I even see it. Like, you know what I could do is there's an achievement for this even, so go into photo mode and we'll try and show, see if we can see where the collectible might be. I don't think I'm actually seeing it. I think it's probably somewhere hidden back around that corner. But there is another thing that can be done for an achievement. Not that I'm gonna get all the achievements. Anyways, if we can put stickers, and let's see. You can put a whole bunch of stickers in the picture, and these stickers are incredibly big. Of course, you could zoom them, certainly, and be more realistic on this. And you need, I think it's like 16 stickers, so I may just put a whole bunch more after the fact, just to see if that actually will get me an achievement. You might need a variety of stickers too. That very well might be the case. So it's so silly to do this though. Like, this is totally not a useful let's see. Like, I can't even see my own character. So, alright. Take that picture. There you go, that got me 2 achievements. And now if I want to go back into camera mode, it won't automatically apply the stickers, which would be silly to do that. Alright. Yeah, whatever collectible is needed to be collected over there, I can't reach right now. So we can just move forward in the game. Of course, I could have done that probably a while ago and not have wasted time taking a picture to get an achievement. This isn't going too bad though. If anything, I think the argument you can make here is pretty obvious. They should have just had us collect timepieces where these plants are and fight the plants perhaps at the beginning of the game. instead, and then had us... I don't want to hit that time rift. Like, had we fought the plants and freed the ox at the beginning, that would have made the other levels easier. Would have been a lot more kid-friendly. Although this game, let's just be honest at this point. There's no way this is designed for kid-friendly players. This is designed for some insane Smash Brother Sunshine, I guess would be the best indicator. Fans. Like, it's a little weird that they are stealing from Sunshine more than Mario 64. And the elements I think that they're stealing mostly from Sunshine that is kind of missing from Mario 64 is that in Sunshine you are limited in the places you go a little bit more. There's definitely a lot more puzzles like the time rifts we've seen. This is interesting. The lightning is starting a fire, but it doesn't hurt me in any way. Is that where we're supposed to go? I think so. Yeah, so there's just a lot less variety and a lot more rotating platform puzzlers that we see that are in Sunshine than there are in Mario 64. And okay, how am I supposed to get around that one? I mean, I can do it easily enough, but how did you want me to do it? That being said, if you've played Sunshine, you also know that there are some elements that were better left on the cutting room floor, such as the flood and the cleaning certain areas of bad paint. The flood being a water gun type device, so you have to use this water gun device to clean that up. There's none of that. There's also in Sunshine a evil Mario that you race many times, and we kind of don't have anything like that, where it would have been easy enough to have Mustache Girl show up in every single level as one extra challenge. We have to race her. Alright. I have no idea how I was supposed to get out of that unscathed, but whatever. Seems like they're straight up, in this case, throwing even more challenge. This feels like it might be adaptive, so wherever you go first is going to be really easy, versus wherever you go the second time is going to be a little bit more difficult, and wherever you go the third time is going to be the most difficult. That took a lot of attempts. Which probably means that there's some kind of great speedrun strategy that you can use to pick your poison, as it were. On the other hand, you could probably make a good argument that I may have just chosen the wrong path, and this is just the most difficult one of all three. And there was only 3, even though there was 4 levels and areas.
Is it over? The air is clear again. And the goats seem to have come to their senses again. We found this in a cluster of those flowers after they wilted again. You were pretty insistent on going after the others, so I guess it belongs to you.
These characters are kind of weird because they kind of look like they're Egyptian,
Thank you
but
for
they
helping us.
that really doesn't match the floating islands concept. I guess maybe they were thinking that this was a flying nomadic race of some sort, but they don't fly, so they just live on floating islands for as far as I can tell. Rare sticker has appeared at Dead Bird Studio. Go find it. I think not. So we've got about 15 more minutes. Let's see if we can think about doing something else. As this is still having trouble locking up and loading. I'm really starting to wonder if this attic area isn't the next chapter and I just misinterpreted somehow what I needed to do. Okay. We did the finale. So there's a time rift way over here. There's a time rift way over here near the windmill. And there's a time rift right here. And I could start an act called like the windmill or the lava cake, and that might actually make it a lot easier to be in certain places. But I want to try this time rift because we've been in this time rift several times, and I've thought there's got to be some special ability, something that lets you jump higher, and we really haven't gotten that. There's still a decent chance that that is the case, but I'm not sure really. So let's give this the college try. Now, why not, after at least the first time I've entered this and exited and saved and exited, which I've done twice, why not just let me decide that I could jump into that level by default? Okay. So there's no real new ability. So if I'm supposed to be able to jump up there, I don't have anything that would let me do that. If I'm supposed to jump up there, I don't have anything that would really let me do that. I guess I can jump over here? And maybe that was the idea? Alright. Already starting on the wrong foot there. So maybe I just misinterpreted this level, or the beginning of this level, and I was sneaking around the edges. Right. There's 5 of these, and let's see. We'll be looking for any time slowdown abilities necessary, and any dweller abilities necessary. These cats are pains. The default thing is we need to collect these currencies. The difficult thing is we need to get over there. I don't think I can get over there, but I think if I don't screw it up, I could probably get over here. I think it's just a matter of kind of not double jumping. Yeah. So the whole time I could have done this. And I could have gotten up to this. And I could have jumped there. Although a dash probably wouldn't have hurt. Alright. Do I have the compass badge? Yes. Let's go ahead and switch out to this badge. Is there any possibility that I was supposed to get up to the very top there? I don't think so. But if there was some reason, some way to get up there, it would be over here. Yeah, that seems way too high up. Right. So, can I make a mad dash this way and be fine? Yes. Can I get up here fine? Yes, I can. So, there's just these guys. Those aren't much of a challenge. And over here's sticker number 2. Alright. Wow, I probably didn't deserve to succeed on that jump. And I don't think that guy's gonna bother me any. So there's this kind of tribal drum like thing. By the looks of it, I think I've gotten everything. Well, all of a sudden this doesn't seem as difficult as it was before. Well, if that guy decides to attack me, which I think he might, that would be kind of unfair. He wants me to go that direction. So let's go up higher first. Well, there's another section over there, but we might just decide to forego that part. Now, when it makes that sound, does that mean I collected the pawn, or does that mean I've collected enough to unlock the next area? I think I very well may have collected enough to unlock the next area. almost screwed up there. There is a collectible up here at the top. Alright. Well, some hidden ledges, it seems like. Alright, this is a very awkward camera angle, to say the least. I think they want me to jump here and then maybe just fall to my own death. Oh man, where did it reset me? It reset me really far away. Alright, well, that's not gonna be too big of a deal, because then we can come over here and yeah, these crows, I still don't know if, like, they really do, they're trying to make a connected universe here, but I don't know if it really makes sense. And I don't know if I like the crows as a character anywhere good enough to want to see them. So up, jump. Alright. Maybe it is better to do a double jump. There's this little cork here on the side of the wood, but you can't stand on that. So, I need something with slightly more height. Could I stand on this burnt out tree? No. So, apparently that was just jumping back and forth as a solution. So these guys are just sitting in a spa. I think I've probably collected everything here of value. And this would be the point to go back and... yeah, they're just pointing me in that general direction. To the next section. And this really shouldn't take too long. Although, if this abyss section turns out to be really long, or this bell section, which if you hadn't done the bell section in the game, this would probably feel very different and just out of nowhere. Remember, this time rift has been open for quite a long time. Start by going this way. I don't think that there's anything more here. will need the Dweller Mask at some point. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just cheat it. Oh, there is a collectible over there. And there seems like there's some kind of way to swing to that point. So it feels like we're very possibly going to end up going in circles. So this is like a sundial. Well, let's start with this. That's easy enough. And then fall down here, I guess. Okay. Just trying to avoid enemies more than even fighting them, because it's not really an efficient use of your time to try and fight these guys. That's funny, I could climb up there, but there was really no benefit to climb up there. So here's a well, no, actually this is still in a time rift. A twisting puzzle, time rift puzzle. Twisting gear things. That, honestly, these are like copy paste the same objects from Mario Sunshine. Like it was actually very shocking to see just how similar they were. Oh, I don't want to do that. Is there really no better way up here? No. Nothing? Let's try this. There we go. With an extra right stick click that was unnecessary. That at least got us somewhere. Although I guess I could have just fallen to my death and that would have gotten me to the same place. Do I really need to collect all the pieces? That's an interesting question, I suppose. I guess if I want the collectibles, I have to collect everything, or at the very least, I have to act under the assumption that I need to collect everything. I don't think I can shortchange it in any measure. But it also kind of feels like if you don't collect everything, you will probably not be able to get everything you need, or actually beat the final level. It feels like the game can set you up for failure in many scenarios. Alright. So this is straight a jump with another click of the wrong button, which I think is a good indicator of just how spastic this can be. Alright, so if I fell now, I'd just take some damage and it would just reset me. So I think we're relatively safe. And I'll just do that in 2 jumps instead of 1. And the last thing we need to do is we need to find one more picture before we start beating on the time rift. Or we made a mistake and we missed it. Which, maybe we made a mistake and we missed it. So does that mean you would have to go all the way back and just start all over again? I think the answer to that probably is yes. Let's just do a test here. Alright, you do fall through the clouds. So, unless there was something that was going to be revealed, I missed one. By the looks of it, like there's nothing hiding up in this area. Oh well, I gave it a college try, I suppose. And I guess this won't bounce in an opposite direction, and these currency will just wander around and float in the air, like I guess they always do. Come to think of it. And then I accidentally collected it as it spawned, which would be a great speedrunning strat, but did shortcut me on some of that. The Twilight Ascent. So these guys were led by stars to the Twilight Bell. They climbed up, they reached enlightenment, and then we don't know. New remix, we'll claim that, I suppose, and equip this. So more remixes and music and such, more just extra stuff. For all the extra stuff in this game, it really does feel like they've fell in love with the development of this game more than they probably should. They I would suggest would have done better just making sure that they started working on a new a sequel at this, instead of just making more content for the original game. Alright, so once you beat it, I guess you can automatically enter it, which would speed up time a little bit, like instead of having to see 2 load screens. So if I was gonna try to get all the achievements, which is a big if, and the answer to that is no, at least it would be a little bit more convenient. Alright, over here we have 34. We need 35 to unlock this last section. So I could pretty easily jump into the Chapter 7 DLC and get one more collectible. But it's the same problem either direction, in the sense that if the attic is Chapter 5 and I unlock that and that turns out to be the final chapter, Chapter 6 of the main game, then I'll play it out of order because of that. So we kind of just need to go to the attic and see what it says. But yeah, we're still missing the Seal the Deal DLC levels, which might be what's hidden behind there. I could use a new color. Let's claim this hat flare. Yeah, it's just never gonna stop, is it? So now we have 2 hat flares for the sprint hat. We have this one and this one. And this was a 3-star rarity hat flare, I guess. we did the finale on this level. There's no other level here. We did the finale on the other 2 levels. The one way over here. And there was just no finale here because I assume the finale here is the main game. So that really only leaves the Nankuza Metro DLC section and this section. What is this? Send me? It bounces me up to a switch that I've already hit. And this was a switch, so they definitely wanted to make sure you had those 2 abilities before you got to this. Let's see what this looks like. Chapter 5, Time's End, the finale. Okay. So why how could you make it sound any more obvious? Like, clearly that's the finale, that's the end of the main game. If I was gonna try and I don't think it's really gonna lock me out of anything, but if I was gonna try and get 35 stars, I would have to run around and find this time rift or this time rift, which probably wouldn't be too hard to do, or run around and find some time rifts in the Dead Bird studio, which I imagine I haven't done. It would sure be easier if there was a just single quick load section instead of having to walk around this hub. No offense to this hub, but it's not that good. It's not worth the effort. Right. This is chapter 4. Chapter 5 is the end of the game, so chronologically, as the game originally would have gone, we would have done everything we have done except for the Nankuza DLC, and I would just have to assume that the Seal the Deal DLC is hidden behind the freezer, which kind of makes sense. This is all about just pushing people to play community-made content. This guy doesn't have anything new to sell. I kind of wonder if maybe he was added as part of a DLC too, to make it easier to get collectibles. There's plenty of timepieces around, so I could certainly go through that frustration. And I wouldn't be surprised if there is a timepiece or an achievement for playing with this computer in text-based gameplay, but I don't want to waste my time on that. We still have, as far as items, let's put on a color palette. Like, over here, we still have what looks like a combination of things to go on one last relic platform, but these relic platforms, while they kind of are reminiscent of Pikmin, kind of don't do anything for you. They're pointless collectibles for no reason, really. And the Rift tokens are in the similar vein, because instead of collecting Rift tokens, I could have just been collecting remixes and colors, and they could have been a lot more generous with that instead of making the game so grindy. They could have been giving me more stickers and things. Perhaps with all this added content from the DLC, they should rethink the process. We still don't have a new weapon. We're still missing at least one badge, and we're not really anywhere close to being able to afford that badge because it was 800 pawns and we only have 322. There's still feels like there's a possibility of one more hat to be unlocked. If not, then there are just a certain number of yarn pieces that are redundant. This Death Wish concept of doing this, it's not really something I want to do. Like 114 challenges starting with the worst level in the game does not sound fun. So we've just got to do it. Next recording we do the finale. It's probably a boss fight with Mustache Girl. I don't think there's really too much more that even be said around that. It'll just be, yeah, probably a simplistic boss fight that ends, and then the game will just probably continue. That's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.